big reasons we seem to fail at our goals is because we don't seem to focus 100% to get the job done. Research shows that the average attention span of a goldfish is 9 seconds. Well, according to Microsoft, the average attention span of a human being is only 8 seconds. Hi, I'm Jason McClain. You know, life throws us all kind of barriers and all kind of difficulties. Honestly, I believe it tests us with stress before it allows us to achieve success. So if you're going through a problem right now, a difficulty this day, remember these 3 things to get to the other side. Number 1, the problem you're experiencing is 100% temporary. This too shall pass. Number 2, you're not an island. Get as many eyes as you can on the problem. You'll find a solution. Number 3, the thing you're going through right now, the time, the season, is designed to give you the skills and the ability to teach someone else.
Jason McClain, thank you for being here. Thanks for talking with us. And I understand that there's a spike in divorce filings after the holidays?
Yeah, no one starts off in their life saying, I can't wait to get my divorce started when I get married. Okay. But the holidays create this real amazing artificial pressure, right? You know something? No one's ever truly broadsided when the marriage comes to an end. I mean, it's been brewing for years or months or days. You know something is coming. So if you're in one of those positions where you say to yourself, listen, right now I'm a little bit afraid because we've had a rocky or a difficult holiday season. So take a deep breath for a moment and say to yourself, what choices that you're going to make today will influence your kids, your future, and your life? Because marriage is forever. Well, welcome back to Life Can Change. My guest today is Chip Yates. Now, you hold 18 world records. You've invented the first, or the fastest, I guess, electric motorcycle, and, an electric airplane. And the clip we just saw was amazing. I mean, you're going at 200 miles an hour. What's that like?
Yeah, well, that's why I brought my fireproof suit and my helmet.
What is the one thing that's consistently rehearsing over and over while you're waiting for that phone to ring?
I can't fail. I can't fail. I want to win. I want to be on top of this. I want to be the best.
Whatever's happening right now in my life, it can change. It can turn around. And you're a true inspiration for that, Bill. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So today, I want to talk to you about thoughts that really get results. My friends, the first thing I want to tell you is this: the affirmation in your mind. You've heard this over and over again. Say to yourself, I am good. Say to yourself, I have value. I've seen the homelessness. I've lived under a bridge. And every time I find myself under that bridge, under that thumb, against that wall, I realized that life could change. As I grew up, as I grew older, I realized I was different. Because you see, my dad, when he spent those 49 years in the Army, he also went to war. He went to Vietnam and he contracted something called Agent Orange. And I was born without fingers on my left hand. I'm now a man who loves his wife, loves his 3 children, coaches softball, plays golf, runs several companies, gives back through nonprofits, and speaks every single day on manifesting true change that lasts for a lifetime. Your life is in your hands. Live it. Hi, and welcome to another edition of Crush and Climb. I'm your host, Jason McClain, and today I've got something that will make you jump up and down and say, hallelujah, the time has come, because my guest today... Hi, I'm Jason McClain. You ever seen one of those times in your life where you just got to find a way to muster up all the energy and all the strength to get through a task, a problem, or a challenge? Here's what I do, very simply. I have 3 words: Streamline, simplify, and intensify. I get rid of everything that's distracting me from one item or another so I can be deliberate on my tasks. Simplify. Now listen, we've heard the expression KISS, keep it simple, stupid. But listen, my friends, I can promise you this, it's very, very true. Don't overcomplicate it because it's all about what you can do right now to get results. Intensify. Take massive action to get massive results. Don't stop. Don't give up. Don't quit. Keep going and going and going. You have to work until 4 in the morning. Work until 4 in the morning. Get the job done. Success is a marathon. It's not a sprint. Take your time and focus on the tasks at hand. One is called Island of One, Born Different, Built to Thrive. And you know, I was born without fingers on my left hand, and that gave me a power and a strength to make quick decisions on how to do things. I didn't really know how to tie my shoes or how to put on a belt or things of that nature, but I learned them quickly, and it gave me a power and made me an expert in how to accomplish things quickly and make decisions fast. It's an amazing book, and it has a great system I created in there called the C.O.M.P.A.S.S system. It's designed to help somebody make a quick decision very fast and make sure it's the right decision for them. It is the ultimate guide to actually finding the opportunities, the past, the failure, the good, the bad, the ugly, everything, and bring it together to make your very best decisions for the things you really want to do. So if you're at that crossroads in your life and you're looking which way to go, that book is perfectly designed just for you. The second book I wrote is called Pivot to Profit, Turning Your Failures into Fuel. So that one is 6 years in the making and writing, but it goes back to a story that was almost 20 years ago. It's designed around a system I created called a R.I.S.E system, R-I-S-E. What do you do when you're in the middle of a trial or tribulation? What do you do when you're in the middle of a problem or something that's just going to hit the walls? How do you get out? How do you turn the problem you've got, the challenge you're engaging, and turn that into a profitable solution? That's right, pivot to profit. So it's for salespeople, entrepreneurs, business owners, and those individuals that really are looking to start off in a new path. If you want to build a business that is a multi-billion-dollar opportunity, you can do so, but you first have to break a few things. If I can show you how to capture people's position in life, if I can show you one simple reality that says, this is what everybody wants to buy. This is what everybody wants to buy. Did you hear what? And here's how I want this to look. This is the rosy picture. This is the open door. This is what I'm looking for. Here's what I want to change. Here's what I want to have. I want it blue. I want it white. I want it purple. I want to speak and shout with flowers on the side. But you have to go back in time to find that. Because everything that we deal with, every deal we've done, every company we've engaged is a cycle. Baby girl, sunny sunshine, baby love, it all happens over and over again. This stuff is super easy. And you know that 1% who made it, that 1% who've arrived to that position, who made the revenues, who built the business, who got the opportunity, who grabbed the brass ring, who grabbed on top of the diamonds and swung from a chandelier, they just figured it out. I go back in time. I find out what was there. I find out the principles that they used, and I begin to change the system. Every single one of us answered those questions. By the way, just for a show of hands, how many actually did your homework last night? Thank you very much. So you got this test. It's a really difficult program. It's asking questions about how you feel about this. What does how you feel about this have to do with the size of your checkbook? And on the paper we just passed off to you are 4 boxes. The open, the blind, the hidden, and the unknown. Not known to others, known to others. Known to self, known, not known to self. Never touch a paper twice. It is the quintessential, most important lesson I have used to run my companies is focus. Never touch a paper twice. What is the one thing in your life that you want to change right now? What is the one thing that if you can make a difference today, and I'm not saying have more money. I'm not saying put more cash in my bank account. I'm not saying, oh, I need this. That's the result of the one thing being done. That's the result of what this becomes now. How do I become more open? What's the one thing? How do I find more time? What's the one thing? How do I find the ability to get out of my comfort zone? What's the one thing? What is the one thing that you need that you're waiting for? The one thing that transforms you from this place to the next. The one thing that makes you stand up in the morning and say, God, I'm happy now. Yes, I've got what I need. Yes, I am that I am and all that I am. I stood on the mountain and looked over and said, I am not going to go away until I get across the river. What's the one thing? You're getting a card passed around. Write down one thing. It doesn't do with money. It does with what you need to do. What is the one thing you have not gotten around to doing or you keep procrastinating on? The one thing that you keep pushing back into left field. The one thing you keep saying, I wish I only could do this. There's a chip right here which I'm going to give to you. I'm going to give it to each of you if you want the chip. It's that one chip that says it's your round to it. That one thing that says, I finally got around to getting something done. That round to it. You haven't achieved what you haven't achieved because you haven't gotten around to it. You haven't found that focus because you haven't gotten around to it. You haven't built that website because you haven't gotten around to it. And every single day you can think back and say to yourself, I need that one thing to change. So I have a round to it in my pocket. I carry it every single day. I wake up in the morning and I put a round to it in my pocket so I make sure everything on my list, I get a round to. The round to it's built out of wood because the round to it built out of wood is alive at one time. And I carry that life with me all day long, which is my business. Every single day. So you know what you can do for me? You put that in there on one condition. Yeah. You're going to get around to it. That dream you've got, brother, round to it. You finally got it. Put it in front of you every single day. Put it in your pocket every single moment. Walk around with it. Feel it. Because there's nothing you can't accomplish. If you have that one moment that says to you, I'm just waiting, I'm procrastinating, I'm not there. That round to it's that symbol of change, that symbol of opportunity. That makes a difference. You can't listen to a training unless you have a plan. You can't get the training to make it work. Unless that one day you turn around and you say to yourself, I'm going to get around to it. I'm going to change every aspect of my life for one simple thing. One simple change will change everything. It'll change it all. You look at it differently. You change it differently. You expect differently. You make amends differently. The world is different. That one chip you put on your desk, it's designed and developed with an idea that says, I do not need to be this way anymore. I don't need to wait until tomorrow. I don't need to wait until the next day. I've gotten rid of my one thing. I put that one thing down and I've engaged the process. A symbol changes the world. A flag that we have here is for HTA. You may see this. This world that looks and says that I'm going to make a change. This process of this company is a dream. It's a dream that says, I want more. It's a dream that says, I appreciate the trainings. I appreciate learning how to do this, do that, but I want more. And so you know what? That's why this is the only organization that does what we do. Because right now we can stand proud, stand tall, and look and say, I have this moment. I have arrived at this moment to make sure everything I do makes sense. This is your moment. It's a flag, man. It's real. You should shout for this. This is good. Say, yes, I want more. Yes, I want to do this. I want to see it. Man, you got it. It's all there. This is the ticket. Every campaign you've ever run, every program you've ever done, every solution you've ever put in gear, everybody turns around and says to themselves, I wish I could change. I wish I could learn. But you can. It's super easy. There is nothing you cannot do. You put that chip in your hand and you think back of your family, those who love you, those who care for you, those who stand firm and say that you will not go quietly into that good night. This is the one thing that changes from being a Bill Gates or a Steve Jobs to being who you were. It's more than where it is now, guys. The world has changed. The opportunity has changed. The mandate has been risen. The call has gone forth. Are you feeling me?